Hi. I'm Chris Jacobs. I'm a candidate for the 27th Congressional District, the Republican endorsed candidate for the special election. I'm here with my daughter Anna, who just wanted to say hi before she went up for a nap, and my wife Martina, who is actually going to grab Anna.
Hi. Come. All right.
And we are here at home like everyone else dealing with this coronavirus situation, and I wish you and your families the best of health and safety as we get through this together. I'm sorry that I'm not able to participate in the event that was going to be on the 20th this past week at the Wyoming Chamber, but I commend Scott Gardner for this creativity in suggesting doing this digitally and videoing a recording so you could at least hear from the candidates. Again, I want to thank Scott Gardner for initiating the event and now, due to the cancellation, proposing this idea. Just a little bit about myself. I'm a small business owner myself. I have owned my own real estate development company that I started 18 years ago in Erie County, and it's a development company that focuses on redeveloping older buildings in downtown Buffalo. In addition to being a small business owner myself, I work principally with small businesses. The majority of the tenants in all my buildings have been small businesses and startup businesses. So I've grown to be very passionate about small business. I feel it's very critically important to the comeback of this area. And if I'm elected to Congress, I will be laser focused on making sure that we do everything we can to foster new business creation and the growth of our existing business sector. And that, of course, in Wyoming County means farms and the agribusiness sector. I announced my candidacy nearly 10 months ago now. I was by far the earliest entrant into this election, and the reason I did that was this is a big district. It has 8 counties, and I'm from Erie County, 7 others who don't know me very well. So I wanted to get around the district and introduce myself, but also to learn about the issues of importance in particular areas throughout the district. And I have a lot more to learn, but I have learned a lot, and I want to thank all those in Wyoming County who have taken the time to meet with me. I've toured many farms, and that has been very, very educational for me. I'll tell you one thing I learned from my visits and time in Wyoming County. I remember recently meeting with Ron McCormick, who owns a dairy farm in the area in Wyoming County, and we were in his home meeting, and he said, "Chris, try to make a call on your phone right now." And as I noticed, we could not make a call because of the cell phone access and internet access problem. So I've talked a lot about the need for an infrastructure bill in Washington. Clearly, when we're talking infrastructure, roads and bridges, it's also equally important to talk about high-speed internet, rural broadband, and critically important to Wyoming and many areas in the 27th Congressional District. In addition to internet, when we talk about infrastructure, we need to talk about water. Clean water for drinking access, and also water access to enable us to seize opportunities in terms of economic development. Another issue that is across the board of need in the 27th Congressional District as we talk about economic development is labor issues and workforce issues. Talk to more and more employers who are having problems finding workers with the skills requisite to do the job, whether it's a manufacturing business or agriculture. So that's something I think we really need to work on and focus on, and certainly something I will focus on in Congress. In regards to an infrastructure bill, it is really my hope as we talk about the stimulus that's being discussed right now for the coronavirus, that infrastructure is part of that. I think that would be a great thing for a long-term rebound when we climb out from the corona situation. I'm running for Congress to fight for this region as I have in the past in my previous roles in the private sector. I also have served stints in the public sector at pretty much every level of government. My first job out of college was working for Jack Kemp in Washington, D.C., and those were really the years that I formed my kind of political philosophy, my conservative philosophy, and my aspirations to come back home to Buffalo, Erie County area, to try to make a difference in our area. I also have served, I'm serving currently as a state senator. I served at the very local level, at the school board level. I was the Erie County clerk where he's very involved in the pistol permitting processes and defending the Second Amendment, something that's very strong to me, it's important to me. But I believe that my skill set that I've accumulated over my 30 years of professional life, both in the public sector and the private sector, equip me to be an impactful representative for this region, and we very much need that. We don't have enough Congress people in this area, so the ones we do have to utilize all that is at their disposal to advocate for this region, both in terms of legislation and constituents relations and particular issues raised by businesses and individuals. I want to go to Washington to fight for this region and fight alongside this president, who I think is doing a great job for this country. I believe he'll be elected to a second term, and I want to fight alongside him so he can continue the great things he started and he has done in his first term in terms of trade deals that are pro-America, standing up generally on the international stage for America, rolling back onerous taxes, rolling back onerous regulations which hinder business creation and wealth creation, and also fighting to defend our military and our veterans, which I've always felt strongly about, as this president does. In closing, now more than ever, we need a representative in Congress who has the small business experience and the government experience to lead through this new challenging time that we have. As a lifelong Western New Yorker, I see that our region is making a comeback, and in Congress, I want to assure that it makes a complete comeback so the future generations here can prosper. I look forward to doing everything I can to bring new prosperity to this region, and I look forward to working with all of you to accomplish that prosperity. I would be honored to have your support and your vote on April 28th. For more information about my campaign, I urge you to visit my website or follow us on either Facebook or Twitter or both for updates. Thank you, God bless, and stay safe.